it's very hard for me to understand that how a guy can be in the weight division for 5 years. He's fought 0 champions. He's fighting people like
you don't want the answer. I gave you the answer. You weren't listening.
Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying, but
what was the answer I gave you? If you were listening, what was the answer I gave you?
But what you're saying,
what
you're saying is some bullshit though. I don't agree with that at all.
No, it's not.
This is what I'm saying.
So bro, so what did I say? What did I tell you? What did I tell you?
So basically, okay, hold on, I'm finna tell you what you said. You said that Canelo dropped the belt, so that's considered a duck. You said Triple G refused to fight him. He was ordered to fight Jermall Charlo 3 times. If that was the case, how come Triple G did not get stripped of his title for being ordered to fight Jermall Charlo?
Triple G was given a path to fight Canelo. Okay. That is why Charlo didn't get the fight. And Charlo was waiting for the winner of the fight because he has spent years in this specific sanctioning body. He is the #1 contender for this sanctioning body. Point blank, listen, point blank period. The man can't beat. The man worked to fight Gennady Golovkin. That is the sanctioning body he is in. Okay. Canelo interrupted and took over that. Mm-hmm. Neither of them fought him. It is their responsibility to fight him because he is the #1 guy, because he paid the sanctioning body to do it. Mm-hmm. Point blank, period. I'm not against him fighting Demetrius Andrade. He should do that next. Mm-hmm. But guess what? We're not going to sit here and act like these 2 white guys aren't fighting him. They're fighting each other and not him. Okay, and don't act like this is not the sport. Don't act like this is not the sport that banned black people from competing for years and made a black title to make another line. That is literally what the franchise title is. Mm-hmm. Do your homework. That is what the franchise title is. It is a race belt. Okay, so I don't have to fight these black murderers role. Okay, so you feel like that. So if you feel that way, that Jermall Charlo has been avoided by Canelo, they created a franchise belt because Canelo Alvarez is afraid of this guy. That's not a feeling. That's a fact. I didn't say no. I didn't say fear. I never said fear. No. Hear me out. I don't care what the reason. Hear me out, brother. I'll let you speak. Okay, let me let you speak. So now, what you're gonna have to explain to me is this. I want to say, what is it? 2019. This brother just said on the chat. 2019, Canelo Alvarez. According to Oscar De La Hoya, they offered Jermall Charlo a chance to fight Canelo Alvarez for millions of dollars. Jermall Charlo turned it down. Are you familiar with that, sir? I've heard of it.
So if that's the case, if that's the case, since we going to play on hypotheticals like we said with when Canelo got elevated to the
we're not playing. I'm not playing hypotheticals. I'm not doing no hypotheticals.
Hear me out. If that's the case, Charlo turned down a multi-million-dollar offer to fight Canelo Alvarez. Would that be considered a duck? When they had the opportunity to fight?
If you turn down a multi-million-dollar offer to fight another fighter, is it a duck?
Yes.
Not if you're the #1 contender. The champion is ordered to fight you. You are a contender. You can fight whoever the hell you want. The champion is mandated to fight the #1 contender. Nigga, you gave up a belt. And none of you motherfuckers hold him accountable. Nobody holds him accountable.
So basically, hold on, brother. So basically what you're saying is this. You're saying that by Jermall Charlo turning down a multi-million-dollar offer to fight Canelo Alvarez, that's not considered a duck. But then in one breath, in another breath, when Canelo Alvarez got elevated to the franchise belt and Jermall Charlo got elevated to the WBC championship belt, you're saying that's a duck. Like, make that shit make sense to me.
Elevated. Let me make it make sense to you. Got elevated. A man walked up to my house and said he's going to fuck my bitch, drive my car, shit in my toilet, eat my food. And I said, cool, take it. I'm going to go to my other house and my other bitch and my other car. Mm-hmm. That's what Canelo did. Okay. Stop right there. Point blank, period, bro. It's a duck. And how we're making any excuse for this, how we're going on about this, is cowardly. This is shit you support.
Hold on. Sir, hold on. Right now, you're over talking. Sir, no one is making any excuse for anything. I'm trying to make it make sense. Right now, we're in 2022. What I want to ask you, sir, is this, and I'm going to say it again. Jermall Charlo has been in the middleweight division for 5 years. He has not fought Daniel Jacobs when he was the champion. He did not fight Demetrius, what is my main man, Andrade, when he was the champion. Andrade has been actively calling this guy out, trying to fight him. How can you ignore the fact that Jermall Charlo has turned down the offer to fight Canelo, the same guy that you said that Canelo is afraid of? Well, not afraid. You didn't use the word afraid, but the same guy that you said that Canelo ducked. How come he turned down the offer to fight Canelo in 2019? And how come he turned down the offer to fight Demetrius Andrade when an offer was made, a $7 million offer was made to him to fight Demetrius Andrade, and then Daniel Jacobs had to pull up on him, and he didn't want to fight Daniel Jacobs? What do you have to say about that, sir?
Okay, cool. He ducked. Now what?
Okay, he does. So that's it.
Guess what? I don't give a. Let me explain something.
Go ahead,
I don't give a fuck about Jermall Charlo.
Okay.
I don't even like the Charlos. I don't fuck with them. But guess what? I watched him become the mandatory, and I watched you say, "I'm not fighting him. You can have this belt. I'm gonna go get another." As a fighter, bro, that is pussy.
Okay.
Anybody who supports that, you are pussy too.
Okay.
Not you, but if you support that, that's pussy.
Yeah, I understand.
That's straight pussy, bro.
So your point of the phone call is what, sir? Because I like to give you opportunity.
So my point of the phone call. So my point of the phone call is to address the topic. The topic is these dudes want Canelo. They want to be like Canelo, but they're not willing to put in the Canelo work. Well, let me answer this. First and foremost, the Canelo is only relevant because he got beat the fuck up by Mayweather. Period. That Canelo was built by Mayweather to be beaten up by Mayweather. Mayweather still employs that thing where he builds up a Mexican fighter on his network, gives them the airtime, and then fights them. That's what Mayweather does. So Canelo came up off of Mayweather. And then, guess what? He didn't beat Mayweather. But then he started applying certain tactics to maneuver. You get me? Canelo is a great fighter. He's an amazing fighter. He's one of the best fighters. He has great work ethics. But you do maneuver, bro. You do maneuver. And because you maneuver and because you fail the test, bro, it tells me that you're not the best.
When you say when you say Canelo maneuver, what do you mean? You mean like he pick and chooses who he wants to fight?
He gave up his WBC title to not fight Charlo, but he defended his WBC title against Avni Yildirim. That's picking and choosing.
Okay, right. So you do know that you do know that Floyd Mayweather done that as well.
But when you are put in a certain position, he should be he's able to like me. You know, when I was in a position, I can pick and choose who I want to, because I earned that right.
Did Pretty Boy Floyd do that, or did Money Mayweather do that? Because he wasn't able to do that. He beat
Brother, it's the same person. It's Floyd Mayweather, whether you call him Pretty Boy Floyd or Money May. We do know it's the same person. Hold on. Floyd Mayweather is one person. Now, he has many different monikers: Floyd Mayweather, Money May, Pretty Boy Floyd era. We do know that he was a killer at Pretty Boy Floyd. Well, after he fought Oscar De La Hoya, he changed his name to Money May. I do know that, but it's still the same person. Fact of the matter is this, sir. Jermall Charlo turned down an offer to fight Canelo Alvarez in 2019. This is facts. He turned down an offer to fight Canelo Alvarez in 2019. So when you're telling me that he's ducking this guy, you're going to have to explain to me why the guy who allegedly Canelo was ducking, or let's say you want to believe he's ducking, there's nothing wrong with that. If you believe he's ducking, fine. Why would he turn around the same guy who's been fighting to get the Canelo when he had an opportunity to fight Canelo in 2019? Why he turned the offer down? And you just admitted that it was a duck. So what's your argument? The guy's fought 19 champions, and he's fight 7 undefeated champions, and he's fighting another champion right now in what my main man named Dimitri Bivol. So I don't, I get it. You don't like Canelo, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that, brother. But I just want to give you the opportunity to speak. Is there anything else you would like to say, sir?
Okay. You interrupted me before I could finish it. You're saying that these people want to be like Canelo, but they're not putting in the work.
Yes,
dude, Canelo wouldn't be shit if Mayweather didn't give him a fight.
Okay,
hold on. Hold on. Let me finish. Let me get my point out.
Hold on, sir. You're getting emotional. I need you to calm down. You're getting emotional. What you're gonna have to explain to me is, my main man Floyd Mayweather has fought several fighters. If it was as simple as he gave Canelo a chance, and because he lost to Canelo lost to Floyd Mayweather, Canelo was able to take his career to heaven and heights. How come the other fighters who fought Floyd Mayweather was not able to do that, sir? Go ahead, sir.
You're still not letting me make my point, bro.
Because you're getting emotional, and I just wanted you to calm down. Now go ahead and make your point.
Because I'm a human, bro. Listen. People who say that are bitches, bro. Straight up, humans have emotions.
Okay.
Humans have emotions. Boxing is emotional.
Of course.
So don't try to punk me like, oh, you're getting. Of course, I'm getting emotional.
Yeah, you get but the reason why I say that, the reason why I say that is this. You sound like a bitch to me because you're getting really emotional about two fighters that you don't even know. So what you're not going to do, you're not going to come on my show and talk to me in any kind of way. That's what you're not going to do. I give two fucks about you being a fighter. Now, let's calm it down.
All right, cool.
Let's calm it down a little bit. Go ahead and wrap it up and say what you need to say. You said all that to say.
No, fuck that. I'm going to wrap it up. Dude, black dudes who support Canelo are the biggest coons in boxing because you don't even understand history.
Okay.
Enjoy your day. Enjoy your show.
All right. Salute to the brother for calling me a coon. See, this is what I'm talking about with these guys. I told you, these guys come from the Hebrew Israelite community. They come from these slow learner disability boxing communities. I know these guys very well. They get very emotional, and then when they can't articulate their point very well, or if you don't agree with them, they get mad, go to calling you names, and and that's it, threaten you, and that's all they do.
Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go.